As we head into the final quarter of 2020, I am sure it is painfully obvious that we are not finished with COVID yet. Well, we might be finished with COVID, but COVID isn't finished with us. And as we take this last quarter to plan for 2021, those of us who have jobs, those of us who are planning for 2021, we need to realize we can't plan in the way that we normally do. We've been talking about the VUCA world for the last decade already. Volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous. And now we are living in the most VUCA environment we've ever experienced. You could just go ahead and do all your plans. It'll basically be a thumbsuck for numbers next year. Is it going to be better? Is it going to be worse? Can it be 10% up? Is it going to be 20% down? What's going to happen to your suppliers, your customers? What's going on with the economy? Is the GDP up? No, it's definitely down. But is it 5? Is it 10? Is it 15%? What's unemployment going to be like? What's the foreign exchange rates going to be? Yeah, those are the questions. Nobody has the answers. This is what I do for a living. I am a scenario planner and a futurist, and the world has never been more uncertain in my lifetime than it is right now as we look ahead at 2021. So how on earth do you go about planning? What do you do as you look at next year? Well, I think that the answer is that you have to build adaptability into your plan. To put it another way, your structure needs to be your strategy next year. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is the most important thing that you can do to plan and prepare for 2021 is to plan for flexibility, to plan for what-if scenarios. And you can't think of all the what-ifs, so I'm not telling you to have 20 different plans depending on what different things you can imagine happening. I think that you need to sit down with your team, and the bigger your team is, the more difficult this is to do. You've got to talk about how you are going to be flexible next year. Now, flexibility comes from three main things. It comes from speed, the ability to make decisions quickly, to change things very quickly. We've got to build speed into our system. The second thing is we need to be able to experiment. We need to be able to try things. If they don't work, we need to be able to stop them, unravel, try something else. We need to learn a culture of reducing experimental risk. And you've got to give your people permission. More than permission, you've got to give them an instruction to develop a culture of experimentation so that we learn how to do it quickly, get fast feedback loops, all the stuff you might learn if you do agile methodology with quick feedback loops, daily scrums, whatever language you like to use. This is the right thing that we need to do. And the third thing to build a responsive, flexible, adaptive organization is to have distributed decision making. And what that means is that people who are on the front line of your organization do not need to go through multiple layers of permissions to get anything done. If they see something that needs to be done, if something has to be changed quickly and there's an experiment that's worth doing, they need to know whether they are empowered to do that or not. They have the responsibility to do it, but do they have the authority? And so you've got to work hard as a team to develop an organizational structure that brings authority and responsibility much closer together, that allows people on the front line of your business to make more decisions and to know which decisions they can make and which decisions they can't. This is not something you write up in a memo, send to everybody an email, and then it's sorted out. This is the work that you have to do in the rest of 2020 and into 2021. That's why I'm saying your structure should be your strategy for 2021, to develop an organizational culture that is responsive and adaptive to change. That is the most important task for you in 2021. If you get that right, then whatever plans you need, whatever tactics and actions and activities you are going to need for 2021, you will be able to develop them. And you don't have to plan for it in advance. If you can't see that the traditional approach to planning and strategy development is not going to work for 2021, well, then I'm not sure I can help you further, because you are then just blinded by your orthodoxies, your habits, the way things are done around here. If 2020 has done anything for us, and I think it's actually been a gift that 2020 has given us, it's to say that's not how things work anymore. And we can really, truly now get into a responsive mode that allows us to be successful in the VUCA world. If we get that right, we won't only beat COVID, we won't only survive 2021, we'll have set ourselves up to survive all the other disruptors that are coming our way, because the rest of the 2020s is going to be super disruptive as well. We might be finished with COVID. COVID is not finished with us. We might be finished with disruptive change, but the 2020s have only just begun. If you want more information on how to do this, on how to become more adaptive, more responsive, to do the things that I've been talking about in this video, well, please make contact with me, make contact with our team at Tomorrow Today Global, and we'd love to show you what we have seen from some of the world's best organizations who are doing this well, to show you what we believe the most adaptive organizations need to do to make a success of the rest of the 2020s. We'd love to work with you and show you what we've seen.